Okay, so here we are at the cloud chamber at Questacon. Remember, a cloud chamber is what we can use to demonstrate the emission waves and the emission paths of all kinds of radiation, but beta and alpha mostly. Let's take a look at what's going on here. In the cloud chamber, if I can zoom in, you're going to see all these tiny little comet-like things appearing. There's one in the middle of the screen, and you have short, thicker ones that look a bit like caterpillars. There's another one top of screen, and those long, spidery ones that are a bit harder to see. Now, what we have here are two types of emission from a radioactive source. In the chamber, there's a radioactive source, and there's vaporized alcohol. What happens is that when an alpha or a beta particle is emitted from the source, it collides with the vaporized alcohol and ionizes it. Now, the ionizing trail is what you can see appearing on the screen. Now, the shorter ones, you can probably guess, are alpha trails, and there's 2, 3, 4 beautiful ones in the screen now. That shows the path of an alpha particle flying out from the source, randomly colliding with the alcohol vapor and leaving a trail. The beta particles are the long, spidery, thin ones. Now, you have probably heard that beta particles travel further, which is correct, and they have more energy, which is correct. They are more highly penetrative, we might say, and so they have a much longer trail. You can see them, they're a bit harder to see than the alpha particles, but they're constantly all over the place here, quite random. And so we see that in the cloud chamber, we can demonstrate how alpha and beta emission is occurring from a radioactive source, and how the emission is quite different. Alpha particles don't travel as far, they are stopped more easily by the alcohol vapor, while beta particles travel much further, but they have that longer, thin trail, which illustrates just how far they have traveled. So this is the cloud chamber, which demonstrates alpha and beta emission. Here we are at Questacon in Australia, Canberra, Australia, at the cloud chamber. That's the best way to spend your holidays.